So I saw that and was like, oh, Ben Johnson's still worried about Caleb Williams.
You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, I'm sure this video it's certain to get me a lot of hate. I mean, when has that ever stopped me before? I mean, I take a lot of hate on every video. I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable with that. In fact, I sort of thrive on it. I mean, yeah, it's almost like water. Yeah, I gotta have substance to survive. Well, the hate, okay. But I can tell you right now, Ben Johnson had a little one-on-one with media today, and he made some comments about the passing game that as I was reading some of the comments from it, I went, wait a minute. Ben Johnson is seriously concerned about Caleb Williams. Now, they're winning games, but in case you have not paid attention, yeah, Caleb Williams is not turning the ball over. He's not throwing interceptions. He's also not hitting the broadside of a barn. And we've documented long term, this is going to be a problem for Ben Johnson. He's like Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, they scheme open the primary receiver. They expect their quarterbacks to hit that primary receiver. Caleb Williams is not doing that. This is the schedule. And I understand, look, if you're a Bears fan, I can absolutely understand you being on top of the world because you are currently number one in the NFC rankings. In the National Football Conference, you're the 1 seed at 9-3 because the Rams inexplicably lost to the Carolina Panthers yesterday. Seriously, the Eagles, that was the 1 seed, the Bears fans are like, well, we just beat the Eagles. Well, let's keep some perspective. The Eagles are spiraling straight to hell right now. Now, do I figure they're going to right the ship? Yeah, I do. But they're a total mess at offensive coordinator. Kevin Patullo, the fans want his ass run out of town. There's all kinds of drama involving wide receiver A.J. Brown. I mean, the Eagles are in a funk right now, and you caught them. You caught them at a point and played them at a point where they're having the most drama they've had all year. So you got a victory, all right? Fine, that's great. But when you look at the schedule, let's just go back. I can tell you right now, number one, this score concerns me. Losing by 30 to the Lions would concern the shit out of me. If you played the Cowboys today, Jerry Jones has completely rebooted that defense. All right? The defensive line in Dallas, well, hell, one could argue outside of the receiving core, their defensive line is now their strongest asset. If you play Dallas today, I'm picking Dallas to win that game. That's a different Dallas football team. That's a dangerous Dallas football team. That score don't go down like that. George Pickens hadn't been activated yet. All right? What I mean is he hadn't found his footing in Dallas. In case you haven't noticed, he's destroying everybody in Dallas now. Him and CeeDee Lamb killing everybody. You barely beat the Raiders, which is the worst team in football. You barely beat the Commanders. They're trash right now. They're trash. You got beat by the Ravens before they found their footing. You barely beat the Bengals. You barely beat the Vikings. You barely beat the Steelers. They're in a downward spiral. You caught the Eagles at the right time. You caught the Eagles at the right time. The most drama they've had all year. I look at your schedule. There is one, count them, one gimme win on here, and it's the Browns. And with Jim Schwartz as defensive coordinator, well, but the rest of these games, Packers, 49ers, Lions, you could be staring at 4 losses out of 5 on your schedule right now. You're 9-3. You could look up at the end of the year and be 10-7. And yeah, if you're a Bears fan, I would be tickled shitless over that. I would be tickled shitless, but I would be concerned about these comments. Ben Johnson, we're winning in spite of our passing game, not because of it. Last time I checked, you drafted a quarterback number 1 overall. Number 1 overall. After Johnson was hired in the offseason, he set a goal for quarterback Caleb Williams to complete 70% of his passes. Williams has not reached that number in any team's games. None of them. He's completing 58.1% of his passes for the season, which is last in the entire NFL among 33 qualified quarterbacks. Your quarterback is dead last in accuracy. On Monday, Johnson was asked about Williams' lack of accuracy in a press conference. He acknowledged that it was a blistery day in Philadelphia last Thursday, but that is, quote, an area we are certainly talking about with the quarterback and everybody else on the offense. Quote, we got to be fundamentally correct, Johnson said. The primary receiver, when he's open, we've got to make sure we hit him. Okay, well, that's code word. He's telling you, much like Josh McDaniels, much like Kyle Shanahan, much like Sean McVay, I'm a badass mother effer as an offensive coordinator, and I scheme that mother effer up. You better nail him. You better nail him. That's why people get confused. Why does Kyle Shanahan love Mac Jones so much? Because he completes 66% of his passes. He can hit that open primary receiver, that first option, boom, 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 boom. I mean, just knock him down. Knock him down. Quote, the primary receiver, when he's open, we got to make sure we hit him. And then all of our pass catchers, we just harped on it today. We need to be more disciplined in our route detail. It's not where it needs to be. Our depths are not proper all the time. Our steps aren't. Everybody has a role to play to get this pass game cleaned up. It's not where it needs to be. We're winning in spite of our passing game, not because of it. None of us are pleased with that right now. I mean, that's a concern. And there were literally now this right here came from, and y'all can go back and watch it. It came from Ben Johnson. He did a tape review that came out today of the win over the Eagles. And you've got Bears fans that are mad in the comment section because the media dare ask about this kind of stuff. Why shouldn't they? It's a problem. Hell, let me just go back. It is a legitimate issue that you won that game somehow, some way, with Caleb Williams completing 47% of his passes. You want to know why? The Bears running game, Ben Johnson's got this running game. Wow. This running game is serious. 54%, 50%, 55%, 58%. That is not going to translate in the playoffs. That is not going to translate into playoffs. So I saw that and was like, oh, Ben Johnson's still worried about Caleb Williams and whether or not he can run that offense. And honestly, Ben Johnson's pretty honest about this stuff. You know, he's pretty honest about it. I just think the schedule's about to get real tough. I do tend to believe that the Bears are still going to make the playoffs. But, I showed you that the playoff ranking. They actually, of the 7 teams that are in the playoff rankings right now, of the 7 teams in the NFC, let me show it to you. 76% probability to make the playoffs. Of the 7 teams, they have the lowest probability to make it in the entire, out of all 7 teams in the NFC rankings right now. They've got the least 76%. You go all the way down here. I mean, hell, my Niners are in the 7th seed. They got a 92% chance to make it. Packers, 88%. Seahawks, 93%. By the way, Seahawks may be the best team in the NFC. And I don't even talk about them. Boy, that Sam Darnold Vikings situation, boy, that was a bleep up. And honestly, I thought they made the right decision. Shit, I was wrong. I thought the Raiders made the right decision. Shit, I was wrong. I ain't afraid to say I was wrong about something. I bleeped that Sam Darnold thing all up. So did the Vikings. So did the Raiders. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.